Hello everyone and welcome to the second activity that's part of your Understanding t-test seminar. In this activity we're going to be focusing on paired samples t-tests. Specifically we're going to be looking at section 3 of Practice Portfolio Part B. So this is where you're given information about a fictional study which is looking at the effect of keeping a gratitude diary on positive effect. Specifically whether keeping a gratitude diary will increase scores on a measure of positive effect. So the study involved 30 students keeping a gratitude diary once a day for 2 weeks and looking at scores on positive effect before and after. The paired samples t-test is being carried out to test whether that difference is statistically significant or not. So we have some information here. This is the output you're going to be interpreting. Before we do that, I'm just going to show you how that output was produced and some of the data assumption checking you'd need to do before running a paired samples t-test. So this is the data that's been used. A copy of this data set is available under this video. What we can see is we have a participant ID variable, so we have 30 participants. We have a positive effect pre-score and a positive effect post-intervention score. In order to be able to run the paired samples t-test, we just need to check the data. So what we can see is we have an independent variable that's categorical with two categories, so pre and post, and we have a dependent variable which is continuous. So we have a continuous score. In order to see whether the data meets the assumption of normality, we first have to calculate a difference score. So it's the difference score between pre and post scores that needs to be normally distributed, not the scores themselves. Information about how to calculate a difference score is contained in your parametric tests of difference walkthrough, so you can always refer back to that for further information. To calculate the difference score, I need to go to Transform, Compute Variable, and I need to give the variable a name, so I'm going to say difference score. And what I need to do is take the pre-intervention scores away from the post-intervention scores. So I click on positive effect post variable first, transfer that over, subtract positive effect pre-scores. And then what I can do is just click OK. SPSS will keep a log of everything that I've just done. And if I come back to the data set itself, we can see we have a new variable which is difference score, okay, and that's the difference between after and pre-scores. So if this value is positive, there has been an increase. If this value is negative, there's been a decrease between post and pre. I want to know now what that difference score looks like in terms of distribution. So I need to go to Analyze, Descriptive Statistics, and Explore. And I need to choose the difference score and transfer that to the dependent list. I can leave some of the optional settings as they are, but I need to go into Plots, and I need to request a histogram and a normality test as well. So I'll click Continue, click OK, and SPSS will produce my descriptive statistics and so on. What we can see here is we would be checking between the mean and the trim mean and the median to see how similar those values are. Look at skew and kurtosis to see how much skew or kurtosis is present. The test of normality, we can see because we've only got 30 participants, that's smaller than 50 observations, we would use the Shapiro-Wilk. We can see that that test result is greater than 0.05, so it's non-significant. So that would suggest our data is not significantly different from normal. And actually, if we look at our histogram, we can see that it's following roughly a normal distribution. We could also look at our box plots. We may have some mild outliers there, but potentially nothing too extreme to be concerned by. So that's some very quick data assumption checking. The data, as I said, is available if you want to do some more thorough checking or do this yourself. But I'll run now the paired samples t-test. So I go to Analyze, Compare Means, and Paired Samples t-test. In this dialog box, SPSS is asking you which two variables I want to pair. So it's the positive effect pre and positive effect post. I can leave all the default options as they are for now. So I'll click OK, and SPSS will produce my paired samples statistics output, and this is the output that's in your materials for today. Okay, thank you.